Hey, we're back with more Trails of Cold Steel. It won the vote, so we're going to be playing it till we beat it. Let's go. Big picture mode has a setting you can opt into that tries to emulate an Xbox controller for games that struggle with registering controller input. Usually a game that supports the controller natively without needing to have that turned on also doesn't care if you turn on the setting, but apparently this one doesn't like it when that setting's turned on. That was the setting that was causing massive, bizarre frame rate, memory leak issues, and frame rate and memory leak issues in Hollow Knight back around its release. And Investigation. Submit a report on that red door before the end of the day. To settle for telling instructor Sarah. Schoolhouse Mystery 4 completed. Dragon Vision is a reward. Alright, I have to do some upgrading of ordnance or whatever. Bonding point received. Alright, who to spend it on? It's my current social link situation. Gonna do it with Ron Weasley. Faye almost available. You can only hang out with them if they've got the green exclamation point, right? Next to the gym. He pointed Laura too, so. Yo, let's hang out. You were sitting there watching, Creeper? It's kind of you. I guess I was out of line. Guess I didn't behold her most powerful strike. Don't force yourself to be more of an adult than you are. Didn't have enough CP. That character name ... The thing you said meant something to me, but in a way that I can't directly vocalize. Alright, close to level 3. Let's get out of here. Keep thinking about that red door on the 4th floor of the old schoolhouse. Oh well. Dwelling on it isn't going to magically make it pop open. Doing 4 or 5 more hours of main story and returning to it will probably make it pop open. It's interesting, it's like...
Oh, you're headed back to Reen?
The persona elements are such a small aspect of the game that it's curious that they're even there, right? Like, delving the dungeon's not really that big of a component of the plot so far, and the social link part is pretty mild in comparison.
Yeah. You all on your way back then?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit bushed today.
I figured it was about time to return to the dorms, too.
To be honest, I was hoping to get some more studying in, but since everyone else was going back...
I need to know everyone's reason for going back. Oh,
Good
wait.
old peer pressure.
We're not going to hear Ron or...
Oh, aren't Laura and
Jesus?
Fee with you?
I'm afraid not. We looked for them, but they were nowhere to be found.
They're old enough to find their own way back.
I guess you're right, but it's a shame we couldn't all go back together.
Reen?
There for the same reason
Huh?
Cyberpunk is a wanted star level mechanic. Exactly. Her again.
Who is
Wait,
that girl?
is this a different maid girl?
Isn't that uniform...
Never mind.
Elise? When did you...
What?
Is that your sister?
The one and only. What are you doing here, Elise? And this late in the day, too.
Look deep in your heart and you'll find your answer.
What?
Boah, indeed.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm Elise, Reen's sister.
Hey, sir, what's
I
up?
apologize for cutting in, but would it be possible for me to borrow him for a while?
It's been a while, huh? Must be 6 months since I saw you? 7?
Yeah. The last time I saw you was when I came back to Ymir at the end of last year. But I always thought we'd have a chance to meet up after you enrolled here.
I'm sorry. I wanted to
How
meet
did the
you
other
out
one
here
work?
too. It's just...
Yeah, right.
I've been
As you
so busy
know.
lately.
When did I last see you?
Besides, it's not easy to get permission to leave St. Astraeus campus, is it?
That's entirely beside the point.
Leaving St. Astraeus campus.
Heimdall is just 30 minutes from Trista by train. Add 20 more minutes travel time to get from Central Station to my school.
Thanks, Elise.
But I suppose you're so tied up that even 50 minutes is too much time to spare for a little visit.
I mean, literally, yes, but the way this game is structured.
I'm sorry. I really am. I kept being hit with classwork, exams, field studies. I probably could have made time if I'd made that
Oh,
a
that's kind of
priority.
cool. So kind of like
It's just that,
Golden Sun.
Yes?
well... It's just that when I saw you last year, you seemed kind of... distant. I thought maybe you'd started to find me a bother, so I figured it'd be best to just stay out of your way, I guess.
I was never distant. Maybe it seemed that way because, well, it's kind of a personal thing. I'd rather not talk about it.
If something's bothering you, you know you can always tell me about it.
It doesn't matter. What does matter is that I've never thought of you as a bother, ever. And I swear on Adios's name that I never will.
Really? I'm happy to hear that. All right then. I'm going to clear up some time to come to the capital and see you. Promise. And you're always welcome to come visit me here, too.
Really?
Yeah, like you could have been visiting me.
I'm glad to hear it. After growing up together, you're the last person I'd want to feel distant from.
You're right.
You never had mages with good fire magic because red quartz was just attack power. Oh, interesting.
So, is that what you came all the way out here to talk about? Seems a little overbearing just for that.
Well, our lack of communication has definitely been on my mind. But that's not the main reason I came here today. Do you really not know why I came?
Nope.
Should I? Oh, that's the last letter I sent to you, isn't it? Oh, did you come for the souvenir I got you on our trip to the Nord Highlands? I found this cute accessory there that I figured you'd like.
You did? Wait, no, that's not why I came
Does it protect
here.
against panic?
The issue here is the final part of your letter.
It's possible that after I graduate, I'll join the army. Even if I don't, though, I doubt I'll be coming back home to live. I really want to repay Mom and Dad for all they've done for me, so I'd appreciate your help with that at some point. I'm looking forward to catching up with you. Hope you're doing well. Rain Schwarzer. Ah, that.
What did you mean by, even if I don't, though, I doubt I'll be coming back home to live?
Because I'm gonna die.
Or by wanting to repay Mother and Father? You make it sound as though you intend to sever ties with them. You can't honestly be thinking that you're going to quietly bow out of succeeding father as head of the family. Are you, Reen?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I have no intention of becoming the head of the family or the next Baron Schwarzer. What's so surprising about that? I was adopted. I wasn't born into a nobleman's life. The best thing would be for you to marry a good man and have him succeed Dad as Baron.
That doesn't even make sense!
The screen shake.
You might not be related to us by blood, but you're still Father's only son.
You might not be related to us by blood.
And the right of adopted children to succeed their family name is recognized under imperial law.
Thanks, Elise. Oh, good to know.
Yeah, if the adopted child is of noble blood. At least that's how it's gone in most cases.
Sometimes telling is just the most efficient way to get information out. It's not necessarily a problem.
And I'm not.
But it's funny to do it in an emotional scene.
Oh,
What am I? Some abandoned kid that Dad found buried in a blizzard 12 years ago. I couldn't even remember where I was from, or life before that. Just my name.
There's this great scene in the horrible film adaptation of the book Earthsea, where these two characters are like walking up a staircase, like dumping as much exposition as they possibly can in rushed tones. It's great.
And when he chose to take me in as his son, Dad became the hot topic of high society. People called him eccentric, crazy. Some of them even accused him of being unfaithful to Mom. One even asked him to his face if he intended to open wide the gates of the nobility to some low-born bastard. At some point, he got tired of dealing with all of it. He started to avoid leaving Ymir.
Reen's dad's Ned
And
Stark.
eventually, he stopped showing his face at all among the nobility, except on rare occasions. I've caused a lot of trouble for our family, and I really don't want to cause any more than I already have.
So it's interesting that they did a lot of that exposition through emotional exchange, and then at some point they're just like, fuck, this is too much. We can't keep doing this. Let's quickly flash to an inner monologue of Reen explaining, because if they keep going back and forth about, but Dad was upset because everyone was accusing him of letting lowborns into the blah, 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 blah.
I doubt I'll be able to leave the Schwarzer name behind. But at the very least, I want you and Mom and Dad
Unlike
to have the respect
Tetsuya
you deserve
Nomura and
with your peers.
Katase, they know when they're going too far.
After all, you'll be 16 next year, making your debut into high society. I know it might seem extreme to you, but try to understand how I feel. I'll still visit Ymir. It's not like I want to just walk out of your lives altogether. That's not it. I mean, Mom and Dad have always looked out for me, and that's a debt I'll never...
you don't get it.
What?
You don't get it at all. You don't understand how Father feels. You don't understand how Mother feels. And you don't understand how I feel.
That's true. Oh god, has she got heterochromia?
Elise?
What percentage of anime and video game characters versus percentage of the real
You're
population?
The worst. Why do you always have to be so stubborn? I hate you! I hate you!
Are we gonna do the clueless thing? Is Reen Paul Rudd?
Well, what are you doing just standing there?
There's a green eye and a blue eye.
Look, I'm sorry we might have overheard you, but that's beside the point right now. Don't just stand there. Go after her. She was crying.
Maybe it was the light in that
I know
scene.
this isn't a simple problem, but you can't just leave things like they are. She needs you.
Indeed, you have a duty to her as family.
All right, everybody, lay it on me. Who else hasn't had a turn?
Okay, I will. If you see her around, let her know I'm looking for her.
We will, so get going.
You've got a slap or two coming when you do find her, I'd wager.
I think this needs to be my drink if everyone has something to say. It's a little late for a counter, but now that it won the vote, let me see. Not that we're great about actually keeping track of these. Definitely die.
It's no use. I can't sense her anywhere. I need to start looking around the entire campus.
Even if it was just light beer. Let's make a global cooldown this time. Pile it on. Student Union Building. Cool song. Girl with black hair, I haven't seen her. Haven't seen her. I'm not standing here all the time. Ask some of the students if you want to be sure. How many people have dialogue for this? Check somewhere else. It's grayed out, that means I did it, or maybe on the floor. You seem flustered. Your sister? Luscious ebon locks. What? What percentage of Final Fantasy 14 characters have had her yet? I'll do what I can as a student council president. You gonna pull your strings, Toa? Gonna pump people for information? Kind of looks like you're just standing there. As student council president, I have access to a deep underground network of students on the council. Oh, there's mic issues? Is that happening during Shadow Hearts? I tried restarting NVIDIA Broadcast. I've been having more surprise issues with this than I was with RTX Voice or with my old noise removal software. And unfortunately, I can't tell when it's happening, so if you guys notice crackling of any kind, any sort of mic issues, it's RTX related, let me know. I mean, is it fine now after I just restarted it, or are you still hearing it? Okay, let me know if it comes back. All I did was restart the service, but I am experimenting with recording at a different bit rate so that I can pause recordings if there's like an outage or something. And that will probably fuck with the mic sometimes if something else is happening on my machine at the same time. Hiccup as I was asking. Okay. You may have heard it from me turning it back on. It's also possible the heat kicked on down here, so it's having to do more work. Hopefully this COVID thing will wrap next year and I can start setting aside money again to upgrade the stream PC. Are you looking for a lease too? I never knew my real parents. Is one of those she's actually in one of these locations, or is it a talk to everybody? Probably talk to everybody.
What am I going to do? I can't find her anywhere. Did she go back into town? It feels like she wouldn't have left the academy grounds, though.
Yo, Reen, what's up?
Crow? I'm just looking for someone.
A classmate? Or did some second-year sweetheart confess to you and you botched things up?
Actually, it's my younger sister. She's not a student here, though.
Oh, you have a sister? Honestly, I always kind of got that only child vibe from you.
Well...
I guess that must be who that girl I saw earlier was then. Long black hair, St. Estrella Academy uniform, tear-stained cheeks.
That's helpful.
That has to be her. Where did you last see her?
She was talking with one of those upper crust boys in white, out on that path behind the school. That stuck-up first year, what's his name? High Arms, I think?
Don't you dare start acting like you're above me, Reen Schwarzer. Just because Ymir's lord took you in out of pity doesn't change the fact that you're a nobody without a drop of noble blood.
Gameplay-wise, hours-wise, this happened somewhat recently, but this has been working out really great for me as someone who's played this game in like 1 to 2 hour chunks over the course of several years. Thanks, game. I forgot about that.
With him?
Anime flashback to thing that just happened is often pretty frustrating otherwise.
He's the worst. Why does he never think about what would make him happy?
I love Josh. totally, madly, butt crazy in love with Josh.
Such an idiot. Why can't I just be more honest with him? And with myself?
I guess I can see that they're the same. She had like one eye in the light, and it looked like one was clearly green and one was clearly blue.
Oh, who might you be? That's the uniform of Heimdall's St. Estrella Girls' School, if I'm not mistaken. What brings a lady like yourself all the way out here?
I'm sorry,
No, I apologize. I wasn't accusing you of anything. Wait, right. I should introduce myself first. My name is Patrick. Patrick High Arms. I'm sure you...
My arms are actually quite low, despite the name.
Hi, Arms. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Elise Schwarzer, daughter of Baron Schwarzer.
Ah, Elise. Such a lovely sounding name. Wait a second. Schwarzer? As in Reen Schwarzer? Are you his sister?
Yes? Reen is my older brother.
Why does she have to be related to that cretin? But wait, he was adopted. That means they aren't related by blood.
It seems you're not on the best of terms with my brother.
If you watch Clueless like 100 times, like I've watched it because it's my wife's favorite movie, you notice how many times the plot like reminds you that Paul Rudd is not related to the main character. Like they say it like 8 or 9 times. They really want you to know so that it's not weird at the end.
I don't wish to cause you any unpleasantness.
I don't think that's what they're doing
so
here,
I'll just
but
excuse myself.
Josh, you're not my brother.
No, you aren't. I mean... Wait! That way!
You said you saw her behind the old schoolhouse. Which way did she go?
Oh, right.
Did she hear his whispered monologue?
Come on. I'll show you where I saw her.
Damn. Where could she have scurried off to? The old schoolhouse is usually locked, so I don't think she could have gone in there.
Patrick!
You?
Me.
Where's Elise? You better not have tried to pick a fight with her and scared her off.
I did no such thing. I just happened to see her crying, so I approached her to see what was wrong. Then when she took off running this way, I followed her, out of gentlemanly concern.
Looks like she definitely came through here, though. You think she could have gone into that old schoolhouse you guys poke around in every month?
Couldn't be. We locked it after we finished up in there earlier.
Let me just check. You just punch the door open?
Huh.
Great. Sister's in the spooky schoolhouse. She's on floor 5, which we haven't even explored yet.
Where am I? What is this place? The door wasn't locked.
It's a spooky schoolhouse. Oh yeah, this thing.
A cat? Oh. What is this? It looks like some kind of machine. And yet... Where's that cat I saw earlier? I don't see anywhere it could have hidden itself. Oh, it looks like there's something written here. Huh? Ah!
So she's actual noble blood.
So it was an elevator. I must have descended pretty far underground.
The elevator lower itself for her.
What's this? Red door? It seems awfully huge. Maybe it leads to somewhere important?
Fourth lock released. Initialization complete. Have other people's random siblings wandered in here between stages? Potential Awakener waveform confirmed within 50 ARG. Commencing the first trial. No problem, she's got it. Equal to 10 always.
Elise! Where are you?
No sign of her.
Why do I have to?
Elise?
Scream? It came from farther inside.
It came from below.
What is this place?
I mean, you don't get to explore this place all the
This is what it
time?
looks like down here now.
Big thanks to the plot elevator for going down without her interacting with the console and coming back
Going
up when
down,
we needed
huh?
it too.
All right,
55 yalms.
cakes. Time to lock and load.
Don't call me that! What the hell is a giant suit of armor?
Did she just faint or did it fucking kill her?
Elise!
The plot elevator detected her proper noble blood. Oh shit! This creepy scar is important. It's a cool song. Oh no! He's a malice demon. Like Shania.
What the?
Okay, it's silver hair.
Now.
Motivate. Do you want me to attack? It's fine. Looks like Fee. Summon moving.
Now. Now.
I think I can still S-break when it's just me in battle. Let's see. Yes. Sun power.
Now. There. Now. 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 Now.
What's happening?
Is he trying to suppress his power?
No. I'm not going to be swallowed.
There's an
by
update
his-
that came out today for NVIDIA Broadcast. I might try to download it soon. I don't know if it's related.
I don't have a chance of beating that thing, but I have to try anyway.
Pretty cool form.
Take back myself, and take back what I lost that winter's day.
Friendship is magic? Okay, they're helping. Good.
What?
You guys are gonna do something?
You're not thinking of leaving me out of the action, are you? Take care of the girl, Catastrophe.
Catastrophe?
Don't call me that either!
Okay, it's meant to be like a Patrick nickname that doesn't localize super well, sure.
Thanks.
Oops.
No problem. Let's fire up those combat links.
Hey, after all this time working together. He actually is a combat party member.
Ha, come at me.
Go!
Link. Thanks for the out of combat reminder, too. That helps.
All right, let's do this!
Sure thing. Leave it to me.
Freezing Bullet, Rapid Volley, Cross Raven.
Yeah, you're done.
No crap. Let's do the ultimate switch. That seemed like a massive waste of shots there, Crow. Oh, no, take it back, apparently.
Cross Raven. See ya. Go.
The abilities of these students are truly silly.
Go. My turn.
Only black spells. Okay, here we go.
Here.
My turn.
The transformation bar was pretty neat, though.
All right, let's do this!
students have silly abilities and the adults have sillier ones.
Go!
Whoa, thanks.
No problem.
Leave it to me.
That seems bad.
Go! All right, let's do this!
My turn. All right.
Speeds up the flow of time would be nice.
Activate. Here. All right.
Flames?
Easy peasy.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Pant.
Damn. I thought I'd finished my crash course in craziness half a year ago.
Thanks, Crow. So you can use Arcus too?
Yeah, I was part of the trial program for Class 7. That's how I met Toa, George, and Jellica.
I see.
Jellica? Like the Cats musical? I tried shutting down literally everything else on my streaming PC, including the sound effects bot, so let me know if the crackling comes back. It might be that the bitrate I tried to record at today is
You're
just
not hurt, are you?
not tenable on this machine.
I'm fine. I just lost my balance when that tremor hit earlier. But thank you for protecting me. Just like you did back then. No, this time was different, wasn't it?
Yeah, I pulled through. Somehow.
What happened back then?
I'm glad.
Oh.
Here comes the cleanup crew.
Reen, are you all right?
Is your sister... Oh, good. It looks like she's okay.
She's fine.
What happened here? A giant suit of armor? It looks like something imbued with the magic of the Dark Ages.
I can't begin to imagine what must have transpired here.
Well, a tough fight did, at least.
You're all here.
Good grief.
I'm so relieved you were able to find your sister and that everyone's okay.
She's even more of a beauty than I'd imagined.
It's a weird thing to say, Angelica.
Oh, I'd love to get some hands-on time with that door in this suit of armor.
I swear, it's almost comforting how you guys never change. But hey, what took you, instructor?
Sorry about that. Still, it looks like you guys managed to handle things just fine without me.
As long as one of your students can turn into a silver-haired, red-eyed demon man, then everything will be fine.
I take it this big lug came from inside that door?
Yes, I was just looking at it when suddenly...
Hold on. Let's just give our report starting from the top.
They've had some history. Emma was trying to cover it up really badly before. Fortunately, Reen's an idiot.
Your host, Misty. You're listening to Radio Trista. It's July 18th and things are finally cooling down now at 9 p.m. So pour yourself a cold drink and let's roll right into tonight's Aubin time, shall we? It's just over a week until Heimdall kicks off its summer festival, a month after the rest of the country. I'm sure plenty of you out there might be thinking of the concert in the Heimdall Opera House or the summer races. But the festival is best known for its opening day events, traditionally attended by members of the imperial family. This year, Crown Prince Cedric will be making an appearance at the ceremony in Heimdall Cathedral, and his sister, Princess Alphen, will be attending a posh garden party sponsored by Heimdall City Hall. I would have loved to see the Empire's two greatest treasures in person, but alas, I can't get away from work that day. But don't you worry, I'm still planning on winning my bets on the summer races. I'll let you know how I do.
Do we have like a timestamp or any kind of date, time, point of reference for when the in media res thing happened?
If you're not old enough to place a bet, don't worry. You'll be able to make questionable financial decisions soon enough.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't realize that's what they were getting at.
Moving along, I'm sure by now many of you have heard about the ongoing construction of the giant building in Crossbell State. It's supposed to be even taller than the Rhineford building in Ruhr, making it the continent's first true skyscraper. The latest reports say that construction is almost complete and that it'll be unveiled at next month's trade conference. A lot of you have been writing in about it, so I'll be sure to keep you posted with all the latest.
But I mean, was that scene... Did they tell us what time it was taking place? Am I supposed to know that we're close to it? Need a full recovery. Two people who I want to level up with I can't pick. Okay. I also need to level up with Ron. And he's only level 2. Dragon Vision. Analyze defeated enemies. That seems pretty good. And the strength up is kind of nice. This is fun. Oh, well, that's why. I guess if he has green eyes, not red eyes. Just occurred to me that no two party members have exactly the same hair color. Use this is a little bit different from Blonde Arrow Girl. Fell on Reen and it was so embarrassing.
Don't you dare hold back!
Don't worry, I won't.
Oh, I thought she was talking to us. Win without using items, activate an S-craft during the battle. Okay.
Target locked.
My turn.
Speed down. Purifies allies with a holy song, heals HP, cures all bar KO.
Keep it up, everyone. Hey!
My turn.
Alright, he doesn't have an S-craft yet. I completely forgot about that.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Does they say bar instead of accept?
Target locked.
Shatter! Keep it up, everyone.
Red defense boost.
Go.
Get a red strength boost.
All right, let's do this.
Got it. My turn. Analyzing enemy attack patterns. Analysis complete.
A petite former Jaeger. She doesn't get along well with Laura.
Target locked.
I'm not clear why sometimes the game auto-links you when you have no other option, and sometimes it doesn't. It's like it's always correct to be linked, right?
Right. Arcus activate.
Thanks.
I need to do that after his turn here. Oh, I already fucked it up. Oh well.
Flames, gavel on my blade.
That went pretty well.
Careless.
Hey! Keep it up, everyone. Shatter! Right.
My turn.
Oh, okay. You can't use crafts. That's unfortunate.
Arcus, activate. Ha!
Bye, Laura.
Is everybody okay?
Condition met. Active party members' bonds have been strengthened. I don't need to say anything, do I? It's not like they hate each other or anything. I don't think they do. You're back in fighting form. We're not doing a formal inquiry into how his hair, how he went all Super Saiyan. Compared to the kind of training Master Kafai used to put me through, I feel like I got off light. I can't help but feel that if I hadn't been so careless, if I hadn't gone to the building in the first place. You're correct. In a way, it was Reen's fault, too. Okay, I thought I was going to say Elise. It's Elisa. This is what he gets for being so insensitive. Alright, everybody, pile on. He even pointed it out. But not everyone's here, so... The red door showed up after we cleared the 4th floor of the old schoolhouse. Said something about the 4th lock, the 1st trial, and an awakener. Should be the awaker, like Shadow Hearts. Let's leave the old schoolhouse alone. Rando children can wander into it and get almost killed. I object. At least they commented on it, like, this seems really dangerous to be sending children to go do. Whatever. Everyone agrees. They gotta add a character in Trails of Cold Steel 2 who's just mute and nods to everything. Save them on some dialogue. Your guy in Final Fantasy 2 type character. Thinking rolling at Thor is the best thing I've ever done. I'm sorry for being a crappy brother. God. Way more than devotion on her part. I hate pet pets. I hate it so much. He is totally oblivious. Nobles make their debut into high society when they turn 16, and they're saying it again. It must be important. Wow, so it is clueless. But I guess weirder because in Clueless, it's like Paul Rudd's character is an unrelated son from another marriage who they met as in their late teens. Whereas I kind of got the sense that Reen and Elise grew up together, despite not being blood related. No, we're both going to Heimdall, the Vermilion capital. Emma, I think it's less on the nose in Emma. I don't think in Emma it's her brother that she grew up with. It's like a distant cousin or something, which is still weird, but I had to read Emma so I could be up to date on Andrea's obsession. They have boy holding a paper and girl holding a paper poses. Everyone has their appropriately gendered holding a paper pose. Oh, sorry, no. Clueless is an adaptation of Emma. It's not manly to hold a piece of paper with two hands. That innocent whistling isn't fooling anyone.
Your rank's gone up. Here's a little something from the Academy.
Medal of something.
Thank you for everything.
Alright, this is our chance to discuss what to do before they get here. But to be honest, I don't really have any good ideas. How about you guys?
I can't say that I do. Unlike me and Eustace, at least Laura and Fee understand each other to some degree. Our group's performance in last month's field study wasn't amazing, but there were no actual conflicts or anything.
Yeah, that's all the more reason why I feel like we should step in and do something for them. From what Elisa and Emma have told me, it seems like they have trouble connecting with each other.
Yeah, that's the impression I get too. It's not like they hate each other, they're just having trouble coming to terms with their differences.
We solved every other interpersonal conflict.
On the one hand, we have the daughter of a noble military family, a knight in shining armor as it were. While on the other, we have a girl who spent her childhood on the battlefield running with Jaegers.
Childhood on the battlefield.
Their upbringings couldn't be more different when you think about it. Maybe their values too.
You're right. I wonder if that's...
I apologize for the delay.
Hey! Good morning, Laura.
You're certainly the early bird today.
You needn't worry about us. We have no intention of causing trouble, and we're prepared to do what we can to form a combat link as soon as possible. It's not our intention to be confrontational towards one another. Is that not the case, Fee?
Yep. Don't worry. We won't bring the group down during the field study.
Oh, good.
If you say so.
That's not really what we're worried about.
Anyway, we should finish up our preparations and head over to the station. I'll bet Group B is waiting there for us already.
Agreed.
All rare quartz and accessories have been unequipped from the other group's members. Okay. I gotta like unlock nodes at a station, right? I can't just do it anywhere. At least it's just the rare quartz. Medal of Vigor. High-achieving students energizes the wearer and prevents stat down. Is Faint the one that's really, really bad? Guarantees getting auto crit. Okay. Trista Station. I don't think I have any side quests to do. You don't wake up when you get hit. Oof. Faint, freeze, petrify, confuse, and instant death are all basically the same thing. I guess they're not completely degenerate, because, like, confuse makes you also attack in addition to losing that party member. But yeah, that can be frustrating when games do that. I haven't seen too many games that treat petrify very differently from death. Dying sets you to 0. Five tickets to Heimdall, please. I think I can swap Laura in for Machias, probably. The theming is you got smacked hard, so any enemy could do that. It doesn't have to be like a basilisk with a stony glare. Are we gonna get his pilot on? Fee, Ron, Machias, Elliot, Ron. Oh, no comments from Eustace. Never mind. Didn't happen. Heimdall is, among other things, the capital of this country. Home of the reigning emperor, His Majesty Eugent Rice Arner. Even children know that. 16 main districts, each district's as large as a whole town. City's population hovers around 800,000 people. It's interesting to see what the main writers, developers are interested in. Crossbell is known as a thriving center of trade, but its population was only 500,000. Thanks, everybody. Calibrating that number for me. And what kind of tasks are we going to be assigned in such an expansive city? Don't worry, it's going to have the Star Trek problem. The giant city of 500,000 is going to be 3 side quests, one of which seems like it might be appropriate for military students, and 2 of which are completely bizarre, random fetch quests. Save. See if I remember how to play Blade after months.
We draw here, right? I'm first. Take this.
Rude. It's the total of my displayed cards, so I want to save my good cards until the end.
Take this.
Stop it.
Take this.
Stop it.
Crap. Crap. Guess
Triple
I lost.
crap. I get the benefit of playing Blade with each of them one time, right?
Go easy on me, okay? Okay then, let's draw! Looks like you're up first.
And I get that whether I win or lose, right?
The same score means we draw again, right? Looks like you're up first.
That sucks.
The same score means we draw again, right? The same score means we draw again, right? Looks like you're up first.
Crap.
The same score means we draw again, right? Looks like you're up first. The same score means we draw again, right? Well, looks like I'm up first. Bolt!
Rude.
Bolt! Bolt!
Stop it.
The same score means we draw again, right? Well, looks like I'm up first. Paused.
Blade. Aura.
Then let us begin our duel. Please draw a card. The first move is yours. We're evenly matched. Let's redraw. The first move is yours. We're evenly matched. Let's redraw.
Is there any reason to beat by
The
one
first move
versus
is yours.
redrawing?
Divine Bolt. Divine Bolt.
Does it have to be a divine bolt?
Divine Bolt.
Oh, one card can undo a bolt mirror. Okay.
Divine Bolt.
I didn't expect that. An excellent duel.
I'm not going to hold back. Well then, go ahead and draw. I'll go first then. Bolt!
Rude.
Mirror! Looks like I win this
Oh.
time.
So how does it undo the bolt mirror? It's fine, let's look at the points. Do you enjoy traveling? Somewhat. She's a child soldier when she was like 6? No problem. Is this supposed to be bolt only? Okay. Summer festival time. Is this one of Instructor Sarah's little schemes? Music. They haven't used the key phrase that's going to put me in permanent eye roll mode. That's right, don't get caught up in the festival atmosphere. Business, everybody. I don't think they can resist it, though. That's the school your sister attends. Mirror undoes mirror. I've asked by some of the girls I know to regard them as younger sisters. If only there was something I could do to help them. In the course of this main story mission to Heimdall, which has the sub-character objective of getting Fee and Laura to get along. Dad governs a city the size of Heimdall. Several hot springs, beach, swimming. There's already a swimming scene, but it kind of fit, I guess. They already established they have alternate costumes for them, so they went to the trouble. I'm sure they're not going to blow it just on the one gym scene. Yeah, right. That's what JRPG protagonists do to meet someone too important. Surprisingly, though, this game so far has been shockingly low stakes most of the time. Like, you keep thinking some big thing's gonna happen. Last chapter was it Gaius? The dude at the hill people that live in the tents, nomads. Something really important almost happened when we stopped it. Yeah, there's that big immediate res thing at the beginning of the game, which seems pretty high stakes. I'm not complaining, I don't mind it. Trails of Cold Steel feels like it's a giant, like, mile-wide pizza that it's just all dry crust, but in the dead center there's a lot of really, really good toppings. And there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you want to eat bread. You're hungry for 60 hours of bread. Like, the inverse, the problem of you have this giant thing that's just sugar constantly is worse to me. I'd rather have something that's more low stakes most of the time.
Huh?
Than you're like the more Zack Snyder kind of everything is constantly escalating.
Wait, what?
The first boss fight is the final boss.
You're that...
You're from the Railway Military Police, if memory serves me correctly.
You're Captain Claire, was it?
That's right. I'm glad you remember me.
Fantasy 14's MSQ. That's fair. Yeah.
I believe it's been about 3 months since we last met.
I think this one does a better job of slowly escalating into important stuff. Not that much has happened so far in the game.
So, this must be the woman the group who went to Keldic encountered.
So this is an officer from the fearsome RMP?
Is this the true meaning of...
Since you're here, does that mean you're going to be the one assigning our tasks for this month's field study?
No, I'm just here to provide a place for you to talk with the person who is. He should be here any moment now. Oh, here he comes.
Perfect timing.
No way.
Well, shit.
dad?
Oh, I don't have my sound effects spot on.
Huh.
Oh my god.
I've seen him in the Imperial Chronicle before.
Governor Regnitz, one of the Reformists' most influential voices.
Thanks, Eustace.
So this is Machias' father.
This is the first time I've met most of you, so let me introduce myself. I'm Carl Regnitz, Machias' father. I'm the governor of Heimdall and head of the local government. It's a pleasure to finally meet you, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7.
Yeah, that was my main issue with 14. There's just so much bread and impossible to know when you should be paying attention. Like, I don't mind the side lore stuff, and I seek it out in a lot of games, but putting it on the main track is it's a choice. I guess it's important to Trails of Cold Steel because you understanding like the politics and the different nations and everything is like that's the core storytelling element. It's like it's not like that's there as filler to get you your neck piece and your ring piece and your boots piece for level 78, which is how it often feels to me in Final Fantasy 14. And it's like, well, we may as well tell some story and fill in the lore a bit in the meantime. But they've also gotten way better about it in recent expansions. It was worse in vanilla back in the day. How did you, of all people, end up being the one to sort out our lodgings and tasks? Now, this actually has happened almost every time. Whenever we visit one of these places, if one of the students is related to someone or comes from there, we run into that person without fail. You what? Sits on the board of directors, Thor's military academy. Uses his brother, then Elisa's mother, and now Machias' father. It stretches the bounds of imagination to believe the Academy's choice of directors is a mere coincidence. Also, it'd explain the whole Class 7 thing. It'd be cool if they're setting up like a Harry Potter thing where we play as all of the adults at some point in a flashback. Yeah, it's tough. Like, I've definitely played games that are very rich in lore, like a Mass Effect, obviously, that manage to say a lot and a lot less. And we've said this in all 32 hours of the game so far, that I feel like you could probably accomplish the same, like, depth of lore and setting exploration in about half the text, or even like a third of the text. But if you really like this universe, you really like these characters, you don't mind the extra time spent with them, right? It's probably something that I would notice less if it wasn't a streaming thing versus playing it on my own, chilling out over the weekend. Field study will take place over 3 days, which this is the first. Sky 3 is random lore dumps the game. Group will be assigned half the city and tend to a list of needs I've drawn up for you. Let me see if I'm right. One of them is really important and two of them are really dumb errands that it wouldn't make sense to hire a military academy group of 5 students to come out to do. Like finding somebody's shoe. Getting basic buy into this setting is really important for a game. I can hear that. I've had that experience. Actually, I had that experience at the beginning of Dark Souls, believe it or not, which is like my favorite game series ever now. But I briefly tried to play it a few years before streaming it, and I didn't get far enough to get hooked by it. So I'm like, this game looks ugly. I don't understand why I should care. Field study envelope, July. Okay. That's how I feel about Skyrim, Walter. Alto Street, Vesta Street. Hey, we're going to visit Elliot's family. Are the streets like alphabetical based on their location? Seems like something they would do in this game. I have to take my leave now. I'd love to do a game like this that, I mean, Harry Potter is the main example that's jumping to mind, but where you like play as students in a school, but there's this implied history behind all of the students' parents that they used to like fight the Death Eaters or whatever the fuck together. That might be where they're going with this, which is actually kind of cool. It's like a less dumb version of the Final Fantasy VIII twist. I've heard he's extremely good at his job. He's friendly and down to earth. Yeah, so I was gonna say, I thought the whole thing was that, like, Machias is a commoner, so I guess you can become the governor without having to be highborn. Capital is the nexus in the heart of the nation's railway network. The railway military police finds itself indebted daily to Governor Regnitz's good graces. I feel like this game so far reminds me a lot of like the Fellowship of the Ring. I love the Lord of the Rings. I read it many times as a kid, but the Fellowship is all about super slow build, establishing setting, establishing lore. Nothing really happens until halfway through the first book of Fellowship. So you kind of have to already be sold on Lord of the Rings for it to be exciting, because the movie like skips 30 years of content because it's dull and slow. Whereas something like Chrono Trigger is maybe closer to the first Game of Thrones book, where like something exciting is happening every chapter, and it's telling you lore. But it's different approaches. Like, you get steeped in Lord of the Rings a lot better, I feel like. And it handles overall peril a lot better. It's something that I thought Tolkien was really good at. Get you invested in the characters when they're in no danger, and then when it becomes dangerous, you're really afraid for them, you know? Chrono Trigger was over 15 hours ago. That's Game of Thrones isn't even a good comparison because it's too long. The first Wheel of Time book, maybe? That's pretty exciting. It's a cool map. Some kind of can't get away from the feeling that this game feels like a PSP game. There's something about the way the PSP architecture that really lent itself to like flat, boxy maps and being kind of glued to the ground. And you could do stuff creatively with it. It was originally on Vita, and Skies was PSP. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's not a bad thing, it's just a weird aesthetic that I've noticed playing PSP games back in the day, that like Metal Gear Portable Ops and Crisis Core looked similar. No trouble rolling right over the provincial army. Some people have all the luck. Yeah, exactly, Walter. The original trilogy is fast as fuck. I'm pretty sure it's kind of the same situation that Gurm found himself in, where Robert Jordan had, like, already planned out in his head the first 3 books of Wheel of Time, just like Gurm had pre-planned up through Storm of Swords. Knew where it was all going, just had to put it to page, right? So it's all super polished and awesome. And then after that, kind of kept going and didn't know where to take it. It's the problem where a band becomes popular when their first album, which is the result of like a decade of tinkering and removing and adding songs, gets released, and now they're suddenly under pressure to innovate in a much shorter time span. Similar problem with Feast for Crows and Dance with Dragons. Because he had to get rid of the time skip, he had to go back and narrate a bunch of really boring events. So while every chapter of Game of Thrones, Clash of Kings, and Storm of Swords ends with some exciting stinger, cliffhanger, everything in Feast for Crows is like, someone says something clever. This must be a real sight to someone from the provinces. This sounds like one of the Final Fantasy X songs that wasn't written by Uematsu. I like it though. Public's capital has a lot of cars like this. Crossbell probably has the most. Learning about trams. I dig it. I wonder if you could like poke a syringe into this game and extract the anime from it and just leave the lore stuff. If I would be less prejudiced against it, it would be more into like, oh, okay, Crossbell has the most trams of all 3 of the countries. That's cool. It's this feeling that all of this is shallow anyway, that the anime aesthetic and tropiness lends to it, which is probably unfair. Winds of Winter was supposed to come out 4 years ago, so negative 4 years? Umberl has lots of airships, Ereboni has lots of trains, Calvard has lots of cars. Yeah, he went to go help with Elden Ring, which is now never going to come out because he cursed it. I think Elden Ring's never going to come out because they made it an open world game, which increasingly is not a sell for me. Oh no, they don't have control over their scope. Let me read the objectives here. Oh, I guess I have to open the thing still? Okay, that's fine. Holy shit. What the fuck? Elliot. This is bougie as fuck. We're big now. Let's make a game with functionally unlimited scope. It's kind of a thing you wish would stop happening. His school was bougie as fuck, that's true. What? It's Ginny. Fiona. A slight different from the head pad, Reen. You dummy. How dare family members hug? God. There's some... His attentiveness has proven valuable on many occasions. You'd made some interesting friends. They all wear their uniforms slightly differently and have different shades of hair. And each have their own unique weapon. Is everyone in this family a musician? Couldn't carry a tune in a wheelbarrow. Oh, okay. I'm like picturing the guy being carted around in a wheelbarrow trying to carry a tune. I'm like, what? That means he struggles so hard with carrying tunes that even if he had a wheelbarrow, it wouldn't... Okay. He's in the Imperial Army. God, I feel like 40% of this plot could be condensed into a meeting at the beginning of the game where everyone sits down and just has like an icebreaker. They're like, hi, I'm Elliot. Hi, Elliot. My dad's in the Imperial Army. But they all like spend all this time together and explicitly reveal as few details about themselves as possible until the story forces them to. The Olaf Craig, decorated Lieutenant General of Erebonia's Armed Forces? No, the other one. Craig the Red. Thanks, Machias. Doesn't Instructor Neidhart come from the 4th Armored Division too? JRPG Exposition Speed Dating. Go. I mean, to be fair to the story, it would be annoying if they all just got together and told you to retain 500 facts. I'm not actually proposing that as an option, but it is funny that that's the way that they've been spending like months together. And they're all like doing everything in their power to conceal everything about themselves. This is the right way to do it, given the way the game progresses and visiting towns and stuff. Maybe it's like a Japanese, don't ask prying questions, don't overshare. Only share things about yourself when you absolutely have to. You wouldn't want to burden the other people with knowledge about you, right? I'm trying to think if any of the characters in this game have been super open about who they are, where they come from, what their deal is, who their important family members are. Yeah, like I said, they're not doing it wrong. It's just funny that it's every single character. There's a mystery wrapped in an enigma. Even the protagonists, they don't even really tell you what Reen's deal is. That's kept a secret. Thanks, Fiona. Bracer Guild. Bracers, huh? Sure. I kind of like the structure of this game now that I understand it a little bit better 32 hours in, of going on these field trips and learning about the different nations. It's kind of a cool, if this is the Fellowship of the Ring setting exposition game that's setting everything up, putting all the pieces on the board, that's a really neat way to do it. Is this your room, Elliot? There's a huge mess in there. I don't think Elliot, of all people, would have indecent material lying about. Oh, we can walk into everyone else's room, no problem. I'm gonna glitch into his room. Certificate of... Oh yeah, it's just nonsense. It's one of those things where it's like... I've talked about this before, that it takes a while to understand what a game's core loop is like and what the formula is, for lack of a better word. Every game kind of has one. And it's separate from even just the way you play the game. You could say the core gameplay loop is the battle system, right, and the social links, but like Mass Effect is structured around these plot planets and then side quest planets that you can visit. And once you realize, oh, each of these star systems that I visit only has one visitable planet, and everything else is just flavor text. I don't know, discovering those things helps me to enjoy the game more once I get it, what it's all about. And I guess the longer a game is, sometimes the longer it is to figure out what that formula or structure is. I really liked it about Eternal Darkness, which we played recently. You kind of figure out what the formula is after the second or so flashback level, and you're like, oh, the mansion's a framing device, and I'm going to keep going back and playing these ancestors. That's cool. But here, not knowing anything about these games, it's like, okay, anime, nothing happening, low stakes. But I think I get it now. Big fires swept through here. They rebuilt the buildings. Huh. That happened here in Los Alamos, too. No one knows for sure whether the fire was an accident or not. Some people think it was set by terrorists. Now, a nice thing about Trails is that because it is lore dumping to you constantly, it's not like another RPG where him saying this would guarantee that we're going to explore the terrorists in this mission, right? I mean, it's still possible that it could happen, but I'm not 100% certain like I would be in Persona or something. Sky Games have you as bracers doing random side quests. Every subsequent series has an excuse to have the same mechanic. Streaming has been nice because it forces me to get to the point where I see the code or I figure out the formula or the structure of a game. Dark Souls, I think, doesn't hook a lot of people until you get a couple bonfires in and you're like, oh, this is why people like this. And then once you see it, you can't unsee it. Every time you play another Soulsborne game, you know what to expect. It's like one of those optical illusions. It's hard to see it the other way once it unlocks for you. New beds for us and everything. This isn't a hotel. Okay, here come the tasks. What we got? 4 tasks. One of my cafe's most popular records has been shattered. I'd like to get another record of the same song, but I need help. Okay. That's 1. A journalist of the Chronicle needs assistance with a tourism piece he's preparing. Well, it remains to be seen if that requires the help of a team of 5 military students. A customer who visited my gelato stall dropped their hat. I was close. I guess dropped their shoe. I was just joking. I'm like, what's the most ridiculous, stupid, absurd thing to pay 5 military students to come solve? My name is Noble. I run the Der Himmel Hotel, which unfortunately currently has a monster. Hey, that sounds appropriate. So 3 dumb quests and 1 cod pen. Use the orbital trams to visit all the relevant locations. Travel between the areas of the city relevant to the group's field study. Walk to the end of an area map or press X to select a destination. Benedict! Stop. Why are you the way you choose to be? Distract him with food. So hungry. We have to have 3 child locks on the pantry. It's like a sliding door. We have 2 locks on it that prevent it from opening more than a crack, and then another lock that prevents it from opening at all. Sometimes I forget to do the 3rd lock, because the crack usually doesn't matter. But some chips fell off the edge of the pantry, and he just reached his paw in there and slashed all the bags open. Didn't even get any chips out of them. Just woke up one morning with chips everywhere. I'm like, God damn it, Ben. Welcome back, Elliot. Seeing you walk in, it's like nothing's changed. Hemming used to be a famous musician. Known him since we were kids. Can you start right away? Let me double check and make sure I'm not accepting. I think it's green, I'm fine, but still nervous. Okay, amber armor. Replace my record. I don't know why he'd say no here. Knocked one of the shells over by mistake, led to their record falling out and shattering. These people's requests must not be terribly urgent if they're willing to wait for like weeks for someone to arrive from the military academy. Or maybe it's like a central authority that accepts petitioners' requests and assigns them to whoever the fuck. And they're like, the military school's here today, we should give them this thing we got this morning. Old friend stopping by this evening who loves that song. Someone dropped their head as a required quest. I know, right? So what's an Orbital record? Record money. Oh, by the way, has the crackling on my microphone improved since I closed everything else on my machine? Learned my lesson not to record at this bitrate until I upgrade the stream machine next year. Okay, thanks. Has it happened at all since then? Okay, thanks. Plaza Bifrost. Okay. Plaza Bifrost has a number of partner stores, some of which sell records. It's like Media Play? Okay. I'll probably send a summary of this since a lot of it is Patreon money, but a lot of the money I had set aside for upgrading the stream PC, we've been redirecting to people who need it during COVID. She didn't say Banker Street, okay. So if the US government gets their shit together and starts sending out stimulus checks, then we'd need to allocate so much to that. Don't run into the road, Machias. Hey, Plaza Bifrost. It's an epic name for what's essentially a media play. Amber Amor. I misread that as armor earlier. Got in touch with their affiliate stores, contacted all 5 stores. God, it's like trying to get a copy of a game from different GameStops. Back in the before times when physical copies mattered. Contact the record maker and ask them to send us a copy. A week to a month. To the Ost district. Reliable secondhand store there that might have it. Emeralds. Okay, so from that conversation we learned that they have a network of stores and there are secondhand stores here. And Machias is familiar with them. So lower class citizens and laborers living here. There's a particular Final Fantasy X town theme that this song reminds me of. I'm trying to place it. It's not one of the Uematsu ones. Also kind of sounds like a Secret of Mana town theme. Heavy xylophone. Marimba. Sale. Emrod's used goods. I'm impressed at all the art assets in this game. Unique signs and stuff like that. It helps with that boxy PSP feel, making the world still feel real. Happened to your grandmother. It's odd not to see her here. Do you have Amber Amore in stock here? Hey! 10% off the original price. Yeah, I think it'd be more than regular price since it's so rare. Why would they haggle over price in the first place? It's not their money. Showing us that Machias is like penny pincher.
Okay, my turn. My turn.
I've got this.
You guys don't need to yell "my turn" in the middle of the street. You don't need to yell it in battle either, but save my evening. Wobbly pudding times 5. Ron is the one that has the cheese for infinite money, right? I don't think I need it right now, but good to keep in mind. They're playing the song, that's nice. Alright. I'm gonna try to look for weapon and armor store, because I haven't done that in a while. Emperor Dreikels? Where have we seen the name Dreikels before? Hellflame Palace. There we go. Emperor Dreikels, a Lionheart. A weapon store near Bifrost. Okay. I think that's right, Walter. Really? I can't leave now?
Here's the statue of Emperor Dreikels. He strikes quite a stately pose.
Weird to think he's the one who founded our academy.
Elliot's the easiest one to do it with. Okay. What are you guys doing here? The Emerald Guildhouse 2. Your dad's the meddling type. We'll get lunch together later. I have no objections. I think everybody weighed in there. Ah, Laura didn't. Shit. They keep getting me, or they'll do everyone except one character will weigh in and give their hot take. Post district, I think, right? Oh wait, no. The other one. Horrible factory. Weapons and armor. Watsons. Do they have to localize all these signs too, or are they in English in the Japanese version? Yeah. Still find this system confusing, why they don't just give you the Mira. So, remind me how I upgrade weapons. Is it not every shop that allows it? I thought there was like a thing where you'd want to buy the weapon and then immediately upgrade it with the U materials. Selling weaponry to children. Of course. Hello, kid. Have this gun. It's not an optimal button, right? Love that every shop carries their unique weaponry too. Okay, so basically I need the items that are sold next door to get this next tier, and it looks like I have exactly enough new materials for it if I buy all the weapons. Oh, I'm broker than I thought. Shit. I don't need my old weapons at all anymore after or armor, right? I've asked this before, but apparently I didn't do a good job of listening because I still kept all my old shit. Reed uses katanas with Japanese as fuck names. I've been horribly injured. Oh, I need Mira for this too? Jeez. By Dragon Quest VIII. I don't think I could name another game that had late game crafting problems like that one did, but I have non-clinical PTSD from it. Call it Red Snow Sword, but in German, right? That would be appropriate for this game. This kind of terrifies me to do this. Gemini Star. Yeah, do that, but it's still a katana. I guess you could argue that, like, Someone might make a sword that looks like a katana in a non-Eastern inspired setting. That's totally fine. Hopefully I don't regret that. Reinforced Tachi. Differently shaped gun swords. Reinforced greatsword. Okay, cool. Now I'm broke. Okay, one of the 3 mandatory quests seems way more important than the other 2, so...
Isn't this...
Oh, this is where they published the Imperial Chronicle newspaper.
Yeah, there's also nodes where I can do it. But now I don't have any money. To use Sepith, you don't have to use Mira as well. Okay. Met him during our field study last month. I remember that quest. That makes this quest slightly less silly than the Lost My Hat quest. Money Trick is kind of a pain though. You have to like buy ingredients to make food and then cook the food and then sell the food. I don't know if I'd want to sit here and do it on stream for a really long time. I bought everything I need. I got all my weapon and armor upgrades. I'll probably catch back up on money in the next dungeon. Read each source comment back to them. How many stores will you be visiting? That's nice. Weston House, Mimosa. I feel like it took him more time to explain this to us than to just go fucking do it himself. Mimosa's coffee shop. Got it. Makes perfect sense. You have to sacrifice the Sepith you need for upgrading stuff for money. Okay, I guess Sepith Mass makes more sense if it's the result of iteration like that. Because to me it's just like, why didn't they just drop Mira? If it's always correct to just sell it immediately, it's weird. But if you're converting from another system, it makes sense. PR comments. Letting our customers leave with a smile is our greatest honor, so please pay us a visit on your next trip to Heimdall. Say cheese. Connections to Shadow Hearts. Is there a Japanese equivalent to say cheese? Or does anyone know other general language equivalents that make you bury your teeth in a smile? I really like that graph of alternate idioms for kill two birds with one stone and cool stuff. Jisoo. So they just adopted it directly. Smile and say cheese. Voice line that's burned into my brain. Fuzzy pickles. I can't smile naturally baring my teeth unless if I like pretend to laugh. So I spend a lot of time just doing a neutral smile with teeth. That was a trick I learned. I wish someone had told me that when I was a young kid. Like, if you want to smile for a picture, you should pretend to laugh. Make sure you get the eye creases. Crow's feet. Otherwise, I look like a third grader going, not great. We've gained our customers' trust with our long-standing tradition of expertise. Make sure I look cool in it now. Found an article about the different equivalents of say cheese in different languages, but it's in German. Cool. Foodstuffs and animals, just words that have like an E sound to make you go like that. Stop by Lumiere Orbital Factory for all your orbit-related needs. Okay, thank God. Anything they sell isn't going to be terribly exciting. They're never going to have like a unique one that only has one in stock, right? Oh, this is kind of good though. Produce it in a convenient infographic form. That hypothetical Marstead can suck it. Get some spells early by crafting them. Okay. Probably want to get a lot of those eventually. I'm not too worried about it right now. Sure, everyone has at least a basic heal would be good. So I have everyone's slots unlocked, then I can be like not stressed about it for the rest of the game. How did you know? We made those uniforms in this very store. Want to stay on the cutting edge of fashion, you want to shop Lesage. I wonder how many dialogue lines each of those store sequences were. Should you... Oh, you're here from Thor's. Here's the PR comment. It says this, right? Yep. Smile and say cheese. Bye. Dap it like ×3, right? Also, it's interesting to me that this game is, like, focused on immersion to the point where, like, when you go in to go talk to the guy, you never talk to the guy. You talk to someone who says, let me go get the guy for you, right? The receptionist. And it fades out and back in. Or, hey, do you have this record? Hold on, let me look. Fade out, fade in. Like, all of that's work. If you've ever made a game in, like, RPG Maker or something, it's more work to have them do something silly and quick like that than it is to just have the line saying, here you go. Here's the photo, here's the PR comment, bye. Do extra thing that takes half an hour to get a tier of item, 2 hours of main quest gameplay earlier than you normally would. It's something that gets you every time. Yeah. I know, right? I guess it bums me out when you then find the weaker item in the dungeon and it's useless, right? That's the worst feeling to me in a game, is finding items and having already surpassed them. It's like an anti-dopamine hit. Rain did a good job. Intimidation. Try to see what that does. Probably sit down once I have a better handle on this game and actually assign items here. Make enemies in the field more likely to run from you. Oh yeah, oh, it's so bad in Dragon Quest. It hurts me. It's not that every item you ever find has to be interesting or cool in some way, but like I'd rather find nothing than garbage. And I'd rather find nothing than a thing that I already advanced past earlier. And that's why Final Fantasy IX is like the ultimate system to me. So I always care about every unique piece of gear, even if I've outclassed it statistically, because maybe it teaches me an ability. And even if I don't give a fuck about that ability, I still want to like catch them all, learn them all. So it's at least cool to get it, equip it temporarily, learn the ability, and not equip it. Every chest in Octopath contains garbage. Yeah, it's frustrating. An unrelated problem is when you get items that are difficult to appraise, like in Path of Exile or Pillars of Eternity, both PoE games. You have to kind of take a second to read the whole thing and understand, is this an upgrade? When do I use this? And like, even if it is a side grade, understanding which battles you should be equipping it in, that kind of a thing. Like, that sort of analysis can be fun depending on how the game's constructed, but if the game is really fast-paced, like an action RPG, or there's a lot of junk to sift through, like Pillars of Eternity, it can be stressful for me. We haven't come to purchase your assuredly delicious gelato. Cyberpunk is a garbage loot problem. Ugh. Mass Effect 1 is pretty terrible in that respect. It's easy to tell what's good, but you get so much trash that you just don't care. I think making interesting, non-degenerate loot that's where it's easy to tell what it does and easy to swap between side grades as you need them is a really big challenge, and very few games have nailed it. Devastated after he realized he lost the hat. It's 20. It's from the Ost district. How many 20-something males are there in Heimdall? 400,000? Let's go to this pub. Another problem with open world games. You want to find rewards everywhere you check, so most of them have to be garbage. Exactly, yeah. And it's like the Breath of the Wild solves it by having the shrine rewards be something you always want to increase your stamina and hearts, right? So you have that as a solution. I call it like the Deus Ex Praxis Kit solution. Most loot is garbage, but there's one kind of loot that you really want all the time because it involves character advancement or something, so the chance of finding that is worth turning over every leaf. But then Breath of the Wild also has unique sets like the Climber's set that are really important, that are exciting to find amidst all the procedurally generated Flaming Greatsword garbage. Cyberpunk's loot is similar to Mass Effect 1. Ooh. Yeah. If you can't make constant, interesting, non-degenerate side-grade loot that you need for different purposes, I think the next best thing you can do is make Praxis Kit style currency that's a unique reward for doing non-degenerate content, like exploring the world. You kind of get it with the Dragon Souls and the runes in Skyrim, but Gamgee! If I take one more step, it'll be the furthest from O Street I've ever been. I think the feeling of goodness from earning XP is proportional to how finite XP is in the game. Like if you could go outside and grind for XP to your heart's content, I think it's less exciting than if it's like Mass Effect and there's only so much XP in the game. That's true, Walter, yeah. I appreciated that about durability in Breath of the Wild, though. Pretty sure I've seen this before. Jim's wife made this for him after they got married. It's Jim's, is it? Find him at his house. Keep this a secret from his wife. I thought she died at first. Thanks, Gamgee. Finite but more than the cap. That's a decent way to do it. I think in Mass Effect 1 and 2, and probably 3, there's a finite amount of XP in the game, and you'll hit the level cap if you do 90% of the game's content, or something like that. That feels pretty satisfying to me. Especially if you have interesting perks that you want when you level up. Yeah, I enjoyed the way loot worked in Breath of the Wild, paradoxically, up until durability stopped being a problem and I started having to like drop stuff at chests to make room. Like I liked it better when things broke very quickly and I always needed to stack up. But once I had a shitload of slots and things lasted longer, I liked it less. What do you need him for anyway? Just passing a message on to him, no problem. I know I talk a lot over the like side quest dialogue in this game. I'll stop if it looks like I'm doing something super important, but right now I'm returning a hat. And the guy's wife made it for him and he was super proud of it. And he dropped it at a gelato stand, and we don't want his wife to find out that he lost it, and he's going to be ecstatic, and his name is Jim. Found him just in time. Jim's going to be the final boss of the 4th game. We gave him the wrong hat. Lady at the gelato stall by the plaza picked it up after you dropped it. His head got itchy at a gelato stand. his wife found out. I decided to follow you after I realized what happened. Broke the oath? What? Sorry, we'll leave now. You guys have your spat. A gelato stand just paid a military academy to return it for him. Give our thanks to the lady at the gelato stand. This seems like an unnecessary amount of drama over a X. But even like the unnecessary amount of drama is pretty mild compared to what you'd see out of a typical JRPG. You must be exhausted after all that running around. Vanilla gelato, lemon gelato. I think Trails of Cold Steel is like the opposite of Shadow Hearts. Like it's almost going out of its way to not overdo it. It's like restraint in scope, I guess? Well, no, the scope isn't have restraint. Restraint in intensity. It doesn't have restraint when it comes to the size of the script, I'll say that much. Do I have to go in for the... hold on. Garnier District, okay. I thought I saw another red exclamation point here, but it must have been the running in the other students one. Shadow Hearts is like ridiculous, over-the-top shit happens constantly. And it's not even doing the, like, treating a really mundane thing as, like, overly serious and over-the-top either. Here's how we can do a lot with a small budget. That makes sense. Right, because the extra text doesn't cost them anything. Trails of Cold Steel is not paper, as the Wikipedia is not paper policy reads. It's also not film. And they want to localize it. Fuck. I feel like it even just represents a lot of work and testing though, because like, if the NPCs in the academy all have unique dialogue for when you're looking for your sister, like you have to make sure that, God, I'm trying to imagine looking at the like dialogue tree for all the rando NPCs in the university. I was like, okay, if this event flag is set but not this one, then they say this. If this one's set but not this one, they say this. If you talk to them once, that sets another sub flag which makes them say this if you talk to them again, right? Hurry up, snacks. What kind of snacks did you get? Always replace their dialogue. I see. Right, because you can only, because of the way that the date progresses, everyone just has to have updated interactions on every day, since you can't play it out of order. Right. Check again when we finish our other obligations. I did finish our other obligations. $200 Mira. Noon had long since passed. I had to leave. Okay. It's almost like I suspected that the monster quest was the serious one. Oh, combos. That's fair. My guilty pleasure is extra flamin' hot Cheetos. I don't know what combos actually taste like. They don't taste like pizza. I guess they taste like combos. I don't normally eat that much. This is getting ridiculous. We have to reconcile their differences during the last mandatory task. Oh, she actually said reconcile their differences. Oh man, this is a game. Good luck, everybody. So I probably mentioned this in a prior episode of this game in particular, but we had some discussion about having tropey characters is useful because when you have a big story with a lot of characters, like, it's a useful shortcut so that your audience understands who everyone is, what their deal is, without having to spend a ton of time setting them up. Which makes sense. That's a pretty reasonable counter-argument for it. But it feels weird to me if you have a 74-hour Fellowship of the Rings game that's all about doing exactly that, right? You have the time to spend to set them up, and you're gonna set them up anyway. I guess maybe you have some room to play around with the tropes a bit, but... It was here, wasn't it? Oh. Just didn't see it when I first came in. Owner's back. I hear about a monster extermination quest. You sure you'll be able to handle it? We should get a... Are you sure you'll be able to handle it about returning hats and taking pictures of people? Beneath the city lies a network of underground passages built during the Middle Ages. It was constructed during the so-called Dark Ages. Concerning increase in the number of monsters inhabiting the passage. An employee went to investigate, brought back reports of a particularly large creature in there. Doesn't sound good. This key. I think he looks different. He looks older. He's got a math teacher mustache. Old snake mustache. I think Machias' dad has
Oh my.
He's important enough to get a unique sprite.
Lady Clotilde, is it time for you to depart?
Okay.
Yes, I'll be stepping out for a while. But more importantly, who do we have here?
Is that... No way!
Vida Clotilde?
Whoa! I can't believe it!
Nice.
It's really her!
I never thought I'd actually get the chance to meet her.
Wait, who is this now?
You three, don't just stand there staring. You're in the presence of the legendary opera singer Vida Clotilde, the Azure Diva herself.
It would just be almost completely non-consequential, unlike the opera scene in FF6.
Wait, you don't know who she is?
I'm not surprised. Opera is a world unto itself. I expect there are multitudes who have never heard of me before.
Multitudes?
I'm Vita Clotilde, an opera singer.
Oh, it's a character from Persona 5.
I'd be delighted if you would come and hear me sing.
I know,
sometime.
right? Say that in front of them. What's wrong with you? One sec, sorry. What other reason could we possibly have to be here? Cool your jets. She knows about the beasts in the underground passage. There aren't any other academies in the country with a curriculum quite like ours. Returning hats. Averting international war. Milking a goat. Fighting God. Inevitably. Matt Mercer. Something about her seems kind of familiar. Just my imagination. One of those second playthrough bait. Lots of little lines like that. Alright, we are at time. Future Marstead, keep doing this. Hunt the monster underneath the hotel main quest. You've done all the other side quests for this area.